Hockey operations, Mr. Don Maloney. Don, thanks for doing this.
My pleasure.
Great to see you, and best of the holidays to you. I want to just maybe touch on a couple of topics if we could. Let's just start with what we saw in the first 20 minutes there. Everybody on the outside and maybe even on the inside is talking about shot volume and getting opportunities and quality chances, and everybody's weighing in on it. But what did you see there on that and maybe other topics in the first period?
Well, I actually liked our first period for the most part. A lot of the times it's the shots and the volume are great, but it's the other guys. You have to get to the net. You have to play inside. If you want to score, look at the first goal, Tyler's goal. You have three guys hacking the puck, and we get it to go in the net. So to me, it's more like what we're doing without the puck in our own end. I think we have to tighten up defensively, and this is a good team. This is a quick team. Cut down on the turnovers and that kind of stuff.
It's great to see Tyler Toffoli, who was just talking about, listen, on that topic, throw everything in net. It's because you're going to have a rebound. You're going to have to get everybody into those grease areas, and there he was getting, maybe not the prettiest, but an effective one, and he's a goal scorer.
Well, yeah, it's really no see. It hasn't changed in 50 years. If you want to score, if you're in a little slump scoring, go to the net and hang around the net, and pucks seem to hit you, and it's such a random game in a lot of ways, and the more times you're at the net, better chance you have to score.
I want to talk, if we could, about a topic that, for whatever reason, is I think a positive for the most part, and that is goaltending. In that, and again, everybody's going to weigh in on anything other than wins and losses. But I know that's all your two goaltenders care about. That's all your team cares about. But boy, Don, despite that stat, you've got two goalies who, on any given night, give you a real chance to win. And I know you feel good about the position.
Well, absolutely, Ryan. I mean, I think Mark can be the first one to admit the first 20 games, a few pucks didn't go his way. Fortunately, Dan Vidar had a great start, but I look at Marky's last half dozen, 8 games, and he's spot on. I mean, that game last night in the second period, Edmonton didn't get quite as many shots as we did, but the quality of their shots, the grade 8 saves he made, that's indicative of what he can bring us, and we have to have that to have success. And then you look at Dan tonight, he's given us a quality start every time. When you come out in the game and the goalie can win it for you, then you have a very good chance to get to the playoffs, and that's what we're all about.
Maybe now that we're past the Christmas break and into the meat of the season as we go forward, a thought on maybe a priority of improvement for your group?
Well, Ryan, to me, it's our play without the puck. Our checking, our defending a little bit. Look at last year, we're one of the top defending teams, and we'd get a lead or two in the third period. You could go home. We're taking that home, and now it's been a little spotty this year, and I think it's a number of reasons. It's not one major thing. I think you look at Shillington not being here. The mobility. He's a very good checker, and spent less time on our own end when he was here. So kind of miss him. We haven't been quite as sharp. I think Mackenzie Weegar is adjusting, coming from the East and the high-flying, all-offense, little defense Florida Panthers to what Darryl, the way we want to play here. It's been an adjustment, and so it's coming. To me, I think we have to tighten up in our own end. The goals will come. I know we like to score more. The irony of going into last night's game in Edmonton, we had scored one more goal at the same point after 35 games than we did last year. So it's not the scoring. Scoring will be there if we get the kind of shots. It's playing better defense.
Got less than 30 seconds. I wanted to ask you, everybody out there says, well, hey, can you make a trade? Can you address this? You're on the road everywhere scouting, and you know the business as well as anybody. How difficult is it to just go out in today's game and make a trade to improve?
Well, you look around the league, there hasn't been a material trade all year this year. I mean, between what we do now, when you go out and look at a player, you immediately look at the player, and then you look at the contract and say, how does he fit? Can he fit? So it's a challenge, but we all have the same challenge, and that is daily to try and get better.
Don, always appreciate the time. Thanks for stopping by, and best of luck the rest of the way here.
Thanks, Ryan. My pleasure.
All right, there is Don Maloney. We'll step